Hey, are you ready to go? It's that little gay talk show. Hey, you bitches and hoes, it's that little gay talk show.
All tea, all shade. Baby, it's Texas made.
It's that little gay talk show.
Hey.
Hey, how are y'all?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing, Miss Randy?
I'm all right, honey. How are you?
We're back for another episode.
We are back.
We are back. What else got going on, girl?
Well, I went to the dermatologist today, and all I can say is he is H-O-T fine. And, you know, my medication has to heat up, and I think he was trying to kill me because he is this fine. He walks in there, and he said...
Is he like a big muscle boy or something like that? Oh, Lord.
He's short and stout, and and he was wearing those scrubs today, and he had that chest hair just coming out of the scrubs, and he walks in, and he's got my medication. It's a shot, and he's got it in the crook of his arm between his bicep and his elbow crook. And he said, I thought it would get hot if I did it this way. I nearly fell off the chair. Because, you know, I was thinking, yes, it's hot. It's definitely hot. It was a mess. Just a mess. It's all I can do not to say something inappropriate to him. But I'm not going to go there. I am a gay man of 51 years old. And he is a straight man of 25 years old. So... I'm just going to sit back and look and not say shit. Because I don't want to put him off. You know what I mean? You don't want to say something lewd or
because you don't want
not necessarily lewd even, but something that would put him off of gay people. You know what I mean? I want him to have respect for older gay men like myself. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut and talk to y'all instead.
Because I can tell you right now, the response probably would have been negative, and I can guarantee he'd go, well, that this old gay man, because it has to start with the word
old. Yeah, I am 51, and he's 25, and he's an intern, by the way. He's not, and he's studying. He's still, you know, he's, well, the dermatological field, I'm in a trial, so... He's my handler.
Okay.
He can handle me if he wants
I'm
to.
sure he could.
But he's still studying. So, anyway, the point is, I don't want to say anything that would make him think less of me or gay people in general. Yeah, because you're right. The first thing to come out of this old-ass troll just had said to me, I was like, bitch, I'm not in that number. So he loves me. Every time, oh... Mr. Randy, you're here. I'm like, yes, I am. How are you? How's your wife? You know, that kind of thing.
Is that what he said to you?
No, he didn't say that to me. I say that to him.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was going to say, I started laughing.
She's about to have a baby and blah, blah, blah. So, you know what? No. And frankly, I don't come on to people who are clearly straight anyway because, you know, we've discussed this on other shows. That's not my purse, honey, and I'm not digging in it. I know you're straight. Why am I? Oh, so I'm just gonna bring you out. You're gonna become gay behind something else? No. Anyway,
well,
I had a good day though. I'm blessed, honey. My pressure was good. You know, I got that high blood, and my pressure was good today. So you know, the first thing I did was head to the liquor store. Because when your pressure's good, you have an opportunity to bring it up a little bit with some liquor.
Exactly. With a little bit of liquor.
A little bit of liquor.
Unfortunately, I'm not on right now. Right now, I'm going through my cleanse. I'm quitting smoking at the same time. And, bitch, I'm angry. Girl, I'm angry all the time. And I hate to say this. I actually kind of like it. I am angry all the goddamn time.
You like the feeling of being angry?
I like the feeling of being angry. It's so exhilarating.
Or is that the feeling of being in control? Because now you're in control. Now you've gone through the withdrawals from cigarette smoking, and now you're in a place where I would think that something chemical is happening. Girl, don't ask me to say what it is because I don't know. I don't know nothing about nothing, but it sounds to me like you've got some endorphins going or something like that. You know what I mean?
All I know is that I'm angry, I'm hungry, and I crave honey buns. Honey buns.
I don't think there's anybody who doesn't crave honey buns.
I know. Honey buns are
You
just
made me think I want a honey bun. Hell. Shit, we're going to have to get a honey bun after the show.
I think so, because I'm like, like I said, and it's been 14, well, tomorrow it'll be 14 days. So we put the show out on Thursday. We record on a Wednesday.
Yeah, and for you, it wasn't about liquor, because neither one of us are liquor. Well, we like to drink during the show and stuff like that, but we're not big-time drinkers anymore like we used to be when we were kids.
The hangover.
So it was not the liquor, it's the smoking, girl, that's getting your ass. But it's not anymore, because now you're angry. And
I like it.
And I like it.
I like it. I go to bed angry. I wake up angry. It's just like, what the hell? And the people at work, oh my God, the poor employees at work. Not the guests, because they got to pay my bills, so I got to do whatever I got to do. But but the poor employees, they try to laugh and joke with me, and I look at them. I'm like, you lazy ass motherfucker, get back to work. Get back to work. Why are you talking to me? Do you not see earbuds in my ear? That means I do not want to talk to you. That's what it means. Even on the bus, Randy, even on the bus, when people visibly see that I have earbuds in,
trying
I'm
to
on
talk
my
to you
phone,
with earbuds in.
Earbuds in on my phone.
Girl, I would act like I
game.
didn't hear him. I would act like I didn't hear nobody.
This one woman sat there and had a full-fledged conversation, and I'm like, and I could hear bits and pieces. I know she's talking, and I know she's talking to me, and she keeps looking at me, and I'm like,
well,
why is this woman talking?
You know, a lot of people on the bus, as the English would say, I've been rewatching Downton Abbey, girl. As the English would say, she's mental. Or she's mad.
And she would have to
Not
be.
your kind of mad, but she's mad or mental.
Because I'm like, looking at this woman going, I am not paying one lick of attention to you. Why are you still talking to me?
She just wants somebody to talk to.
I know.
Everybody needs love, Joel.
And then I took out the earbud, and she's like, you know, it's hard to have a conversation with anybody because everybody's on their phones and everybody's got their earbuds.
Get the message, bitch.
We don't want to talk.
Nobody wants to talk to your crazy ass.
We don't want to talk. We just want to ride the bus up. You know, interesting enough, speaking of the bus, even though we are listened to everywhere, we are broadcasting from Houston,
Lord, I
Texas.
hope so. Hey, Singapore, how you doing?
We are broadcasting from Houston, Texas. And so I'm going to get a little local so you people weren't going, what the hell are they talking about?
We talking about Houston, bitch.
So we're going to talk about Houston for just a second. Metro said that they were going to do like free rides on the bus so that they can get more people on the bus. And I'm like, no, no, please no. You make $77 million off of the people who pay on the bus.
And we don't need more people on the bus.
Here's what I don't want on the bus. I don't want to have to deal with stinky homeless people sitting there. And don't get me wrong, I don't mean no harm. No, I don't mean no harm.
No, it's true. Some of those homeless people stink like hell.
It's just a fact. Okay, and
running around looking like Pigpen and smelling like him too.
You want to get on them? You are trying to get people out of their cars into a bus. Don't do free.
You know what we should do? You just gave me. I just had an epiphany, and no, child, that is not somebody's name in the hood. I had an epiphany, and here it is. What about free outdoor showers with stalls? You know, little stalls, and that way the homeless people can wash up in the free showers. And, you know, sometimes wear their clothes in and soap up their clothes and stand there in their clothes.
You realize
what's wrong with that? And it would cost the taxpayers a lot of money, but it's also going to cost the taxpayers a lot of money. Well, not the taxpayers anymore because Metro is now contract. So never mind. That wouldn't make sense because then it would cost the taxpayers a lot of money. But no, that should have been somebody should have came up with that idea a long time ago. Too late now.
Well, the thing is that first of all, one, I don't want to come off as we sound heartless. We're not.
I'm not heartless. I just don't want to smell no stanky ass homeless person up on the bus.
I just don't think that free is the best way to get people on the bus. You know what you could do for me?
I love everybody.
And Randy and I are bus
especially if they smell good.
Randy and I are bus riders. So you know what you could do for me? Have Wi-Fi on the bus. That's what you could do for me.
They don't have Wi-Fi on the bus?
They don't have Wi-Fi. And there are other places.
See, I have a plan where I don't have to worry about, I have a data-free plan. So,
but Wi-Fi on the bus, I like the idea of it. Let's have some Wi-Fi on all the buses. Let's have some hookups so I can charge my phone and my computer and everything else.
Girl, the battery will go dead behind everybody hooking their phone.
Well, no,
they gotta
some
have
of the metro buses already have it. So a
hookup.
Yeah, you can a charger. They have a charger in the seat. Yeah, now you can charge your phone while you're on the bus. They're not on all the buses. They need to be on all the buses. Take that $77 million that you make from all the people who ride the bus, and
it's only $77 million. That's it.
Yeah, because
that's
they only
not much.
They only charge $1.25. Bus fare hasn't gone up.
Y'all shouldn't be giving out free bus fare.
No free bus fare.
Not if you only getting $77 million. You bitches know that's not going nowhere. $77 million.
No, so spend that $77 million on some improvements that would make people want to get out of their cars. You are trying to get people out of their cars. You're not trying to put. If you do free, I'm gonna have to buy a car because I'm not gonna ride the bus anymore. It's gonna be overcrowded. It's gonna be full of people that I do. And like I said, I do not want to have to deal with. I deal with enough crazy people on the bus as is.
And those people need help.
It's just gonna be a free for all.
And let's just tell
this city
the
is
truth.
Too big.
There are homeless people a lot of homeless people out there, and frankly, we need to build an institution for these people, a good institution, not like back in the old days where they're electric shocking people and all that. I'm talking about a good
medical
institution where they can get help, because a lot of these people are bipolar and all kinds of other shit. Listen, I don't know nothing about nothing, but I know this: if we get these people help, maybe it would, help with the homeless population. We could weed out the crazies from the people who are just using the system. And the people who are using the system ain't in a tent. Those are not the people in tents. Ain't nobody trying to choose to live in a tent on the street. Come on now.
That's true.
These people need help, and we need to get them real help, psychological help. And get them on medication or something. And I think we should start there. You want some free health care? Girl, don't get me started on free health care. But if you want some free health care, let's start with the people who really need it.
Yeah, exactly.
And clean these streets up. Because it's not getting no better. And you couldn't give me $1 million to go to San Francisco on vacation right now. And these are vacation spots.
Yeah, exactly.
Back in the day, I went to San Francisco, and every block, they didn't ask for $1. They didn't ask for spare change. San Francisco is too goddamn expensive for that. These bitches said, "Can I get $5?" I'm like, $5? No, you cannot get $5.
Can I get $5?
Well, things are expensive. I'm like, bitch, I know, but hell, get a job.
The city is expensive.
Can I have $5? That was in San Francisco, and nobody asked me for spare change or $1. Bitch, it was straight up. Can I get $5?
And that really goes to show that you can't afford. I'd have to live with 5 people to live in San Francisco.
Oh, honey, that was, and let me tell you something. That was in 1996. Think about how much now it's probably, can I get $20?
I know.
Because they would straight up ask, no,
you gotta adjust,
no spare change.
You have to adjust for inflation.
Give me $5.
You have to adjust for inflation. So 50 cents ain't going to get it. I need a 20.
San Francisco needs to close down until they get this handled, because they're losing all kinds of money behind people not wanting to go out. There's no tourism in San Francisco. Would you go to San Francisco? You got to kick a bowel moving out of your way to cross the street.
No. Oh my God! No. And you're right. These are destinations. These are cities that people want to visit, but y'all have let things get out of control. I mean, affordable housing. That's not a hard thing. All y'all rich motherfuckers in San Francisco.
There
and y'all
ain't
can't
nobody trying to build no affordable housing in San Francisco.
Exactly. And that's why they have such a...
Exactly.
There you go. So you have nobody to blame but yourselves.
My father is a wonderful person and so funny. And we were talking about San Francisco, and he said, did you know that there was an Alabama mayor that actually bought bus tickets for people to go to California that were homeless? He cleaned his town out.
Yeah. I've heard that.
And
that's
like,
not the first time
girl,
I've heard
that's
that.
a smart idea. He bought him a ticket on the Gray Dog. Get your ass out of town and go to California, bitch.
But see, here's the thing. They're also doing it
that was back in the day, too.
And they literally started... California wasn't the only destination either. Texas became a destination. Florida
Seattle
became a destination.
And Hawaii. Well, girl, that's homeless Mecca. But in Seattle, they actually get vouchers in Seattle, money in Seattle for being homeless. You get money because they're hoping you're going to take that money and get a place to live. Oh no, bitch! They just gonna take that money and buy drugs and booze and stuff like that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We'll talk about Isabel later, but I will say this one thing. She said to me, darling, if I were homeless, I'd want booze. I buy booze and give it to homeless people. Because if there's anybody who needs a drink, it's a homeless person.
Oh, we're going to get red for this one. For this first part of the episode, we're going to get red.
I am not scared because I don't have any of those basic computer systems and all that.
But we're not.
Be nice to Joe.
We're just really speaking common sense. If you're not going to add affordable housing in a rich city, you're going to have homeless people in the street.
Guess what?
That's all there is to it. So that's your fault.
And y'all better watch out for Molotov cocktails coming through your window. Molotov cocktails made from Ripple, that is. It's not going to be rum, so it might not be so dangerous. You're going to get the wick lit, and then...
Ain't nobody...
And then it's going to...
I like how you...
And then it's just going to stain your rug.
This bitch... let me tell y'all something about this bitch. This bitch watches way too much 1970s... sitcoms
I was just watching
on YouTube.
Columbo last night.
Ain't nobody heard of Ripple in 30 years. Nobody has said the word Ripple in 30 years.
That's okay.
This bitch said Ripple.
That is the drink of the homeless.
That is
Everybody knows that.
That is not,
Everybody knows Wild Irish Rose, Ripple.
Those don't exist anymore. None of that shit exists.
I bet Ripple. I bet I could find
Where
Ripple.
Can you find a
At
bottle?
That liquor store that we go to just down the street. I bet I could find Ripple in some dusty corner. There's some Ripple and Wild Irish Rose.
Good luck on that, girl. Good luck,
girl. I'm not trying to find no Ripple.
There are people out there listening, going, "Why does he keep? What the hell is Ripple?
Ripple.
I don't know what Ripple is.
Look it up. Google it, bitches. It's Ripple. It's a very cheap wine product made from the dregs of the barrels of alcohol. Girl, Ripple. All right, Mad Dog. There you go. How about some Mad Dog?
You know what? It's not. For the longest time, I thought MD 2020 was Mad Dog, but it's not Mad Dog. That's not the name of the...
No, that's actually a slang for MD. Mad Dog.
It's actually
you didn't know that?
No, I'm like...
You actually thought Mad Dog was a brand.
That's what I thought for the longest time.
No, that's what country folks call MD 2020.
First of all,
they got Kiwi.
My only two experiences with Mad Dog involved a certain person who is still alive. I don't understand how he's still alive, but he's still alive.
That motherfucker who's been dying for 3 years is still alive.
Girl, bitch, he is still alive.
I wish him well.
I do,
I'm
too.
not trying to get him to die or nothing.
I know he listens.
But this bitch has been lying and saying he was dying for 3 years. Manipulative motherfucker. That's what he is. And if you're listening, you know who this is. Coming after me with a knife.
I'm sure.
That's from another show, though.
I'm sure he is still listening. So all I'm going to say is that good for you for still hanging on. And that's all I got to say about that.
No, I don't want him to die. No, indeed. No, live on, honey. Don't die. Try.
Exactly.
Try to get a job. Try to be a normal member of society. Somebody who contributes some shit. Try that.
But I digress.
Try to get a decent personality. Try that. Anyway,
I digress. You know the funny
who's going to get in trouble.
You know the funny thing. I was reading on, and I know, but I'm probably going to get a little bit of a laugh about this. I was reading on BuzzFeed. Girl,
see, I would laugh about that if I did anything on the internet, but I don't.
Let me tell you something.
I don't know what the hell you talk about. So
I have to read a lot of stuff for the show. So BuzzFeed always pops. BuzzFeed always top 10 reasons why your girlfriend is cheating on you. Top 10 there's always a top 10s list, or a 15 reasons why gay men are so funny, or a 20 reasons why the female orgasm is all these little things. So I found out where can you find certs? Remember certs? The little, you can't find those anymore.
I didn't know they weren't in.
They don't make them anymore.
I had no idea.
I had no
on
idea.
The shelves anymore.
You know what? Because I never really thought about it.
It's just a mint.
Yeah,
that makes your breath smell good.
But it was
with little crystals.
But we grew up with certs, and I'm like, when I read the article, I'm like, wait, I thought I saw certs the other day, and then I'm like, wait a minute, when have I ever? I've never paid attention to certs. I paid attention to certs 25 years ago.
Well, maybe you could look on Amazon and find certs.
I don't.
There has to be a surplus of certs.
I just thought it was odd because you don't think about these things. And I mean, there were certain. There was a drink I used to drink, and it had like sunlight on the bottle and energy. It was like these fruit drinks that are supposed to be like healthy for you.
Yeah.
They never were. They're always full of sugar and blah blah blah. And they're gone, and I'm like, all these things that I grew up with are gone.
That's I never old girl.
But to be honest, like I said, I didn't think about certs until I read BuzzFeed. Otherwise, it asked me about certs. I'd be looking at you like, what's that?
Aren't they the ones? They were the ones that went certs, and the two.
Yes, they would clack. Yes, they would clack together.
Two mints in one.
That would
because you had the flavor crystals inside the mint.
Because they always show the.
Look at us advertising for certs. If you're out there and you own certs, if you're the business that owns certs,
we are not going to help.
Send us some money. We might advertise for your ass. We just did.
We still not going to help you get where you need to.
No, we're not.
We're not going to do. We just,
girl, if everybody and their goddamn uncle didn't have a podcast, it might help.
I know.
I mean, everybody.
I know everybody.
Don't you have enough motherfucking money?
You know, one podcast I was looking on. Was it Spotify? No, I was looking at Spotify. It was Spotify. I was looking on Spotify because there is one podcast that I listen to that helps me fall asleep.
Oh, see.
And so I was scrolling through podcasts just for the hell of it, top 100 podcasts, because I always hope to see us in that. I always look because
there are thousands of them.
I know, but they have.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
But they had a top 100, and one of the top 100 is a show about two guys who talk about Gilmore Girls, and I'm like, how do you keep a podcast going?
Gilmore Girls is off the air and has been for more than 5 years.
And I was scrolling through, and I decided, okay, maybe they're still talking about
more than 5 years.
I know. I'm like, so it's two guys
talking about Gilmore Girls.
Talking about Gilmore Girls, and I'm not going to make an assumption here.
No,
I'm not going to. But I am going to make an assumption because, that's what it is.
See, that's usually my territory. Go on and make that assumption, girl.
Okay, I find it very hard to believe that two straight men would have a podcast about Gilmore Girls.
Unless they're perverts.
No.
No, a perverted straight man would. And I don't even want to think about what it would be based on.
Really?
You know what I mean? It would have to be disgusting if two straight men did a podcast about Gilmore Girls. There would have to be some sort of disgusting sexual element, and I don't even want to think about it.
Is that where you would?
I need to wash my hands.
Could two
right
straight
now? Just thinking about no, they couldn't. That's what I'm saying.
Could two straight men actually?
No, they couldn't. That's
sit
what
down
I'm saying.
and talk about the
exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
The philosophical.
It would have to be
revelations.
No,
of
it would
Gilmore
have to be
Girls.
something perverse. That's why I said that, and that's what I mean. Nasty. So I don't want to think about straight men doing it. I like the thought of gay men doing it, but still, I find it hard to believe that they're still doing it when there's nothing relevant about it.
My assumption. Well, obviously, my assumption was the fact that it would have to be two gay men doing this show. It couldn't be.
I don't mean no harm. I'm not judging, but I'm judging.
It would have to be two gay men. Even on the cover, they've got a big old cup of coffee, legs crossed, sitting at a cafe, and I'm like, these are two gay men. We're two gay men. Trust me, if you've seen pictures of us, we're two gay men. We're two gay men.
Now, here's another question, a further question, frankly. Why in the little pony hell are people listening to this shit?
Well, here's the kicker. They haven't had a new episode since March of 2019. And I'm like, wait a minute. We do an episode every week.
There can't be a March of...
But you know what gets me, Randy?
No, it is March of 2019, yeah. But Gilmore Girls have been off the air for almost 5 years. I know that's got to be true.
Didn't they do like a little thing on Netflix? They did.
No.
Yeah, they did.
Did they?
Yes, they supposedly finished off the show by doing a year in the life or something.
Oh, girl.
Yeah, they did. They did a thing on Netflix.
Gilmore Girls is not my cup of tea. All the characters that were written on that show, no shade to the writers, but every goddamn character was exactly the same. The writing, everybody had these witty little quips with,
Did you say quip? I would say everybody had witty little monologues. I felt like every time you couldn't even
monologues and quips.
Yes, you couldn't go into the diner without someone going into a long monologue about pastry, and you're like, I really just came in here.
But honestly, every character, in my opinion, was written the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody is witty.
Not everybody's witty. Everybody in that town is super intelligent. I mean,
and they all have rapier wit, and it's like, no, girl, no. You gonna run across some dumbass sometime.
There's no dumbasses in this show. Absolutely none.
And that's why it bored me when I watched the show, and I tried to get through one episode, and then I tried to, because my mother liked the show, and I tried to get through another one, and I'm like, girl, they're all written the same.
I will tell you this, because I was in a different place at the time. I loved Gilmore Girls. I loved the witty banter and the dialogue. And I'm like, oh, my God, I love this show. And I would watch every week. Once it was over, and it had been over for a while. And I just completely forgot about Gilmore Girls because that was a fun time, and I enjoyed the show. So when I went back to watch one episode of, because I'm like, oh, my God, Netflix has Gilmore Girls. So I'll watch an episode. And now this was maybe a few months ago. I'm sitting down and I'm watching the episode, and I'm like, okay, this was great in the past, but these people don't shut up. They talk all the damn time. Like I said, just when I go into a shop to order a donut, I don't mind a little back and forth, a little banter, just a tiny bit. I don't need a monologue on how the donut was made, what the history of the donut is for 5 minutes. And I'm like, this is what this show is. It's just monologues, banter, and all these witty literary terms in one episode. And I'm like, this is too much. I don't understand why I like this show. But I felt like at the time I was an idealist. I still am an idealist with a little bit of real world thrown into it.
Well,
but at the time, I thought it was the most brilliant show ever. Now, when I think about it, now when I watched it recently, and I'm a bit older, and I'm like, you know what? I really did love the Gilmore Girls, but the Gilmore Girls served a purpose at the time, and
now it's over.
I don't feel like nostalgia TV is, with the exception of the Golden Girls. Golden Girls. Oh yeah, forever. Golden Girls.
Yeah.
5 generations.
But now
later,
here's something. Here's something that we should talk about. We should talk about.
We should take a break.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's time to take a break.
Oh well, I'll make myself a drink.
Okay, so you make yourself a drink. I'm gonna go tinkle. We're gonna take some pictures, and we will be right back.
Mm-hmm.
And we're back.
Hey.
So, where did we leave off?
Lord, we left off on another subject because I'm tired of talking about the Gilmore bitches.
That was fun, but like I said, nostalgia. Like I said, nostalgia TV is just not for me. So, but let's go next. You know, I've been using that Nextdoor app lately.
My sister enjoys looking at that on her her computer.
You know, I love an app that gets older people excited. I have never seen older people more excited about anything except this app.
That's because it's all up in folks' business.
I know. It is what I call the Gladys Kravitz of the internet. And if you need to know who that is, Google it. I don't have time to explain it.
Anybody got time for that?
Ain't nobody got time for that. But everybody has just gone crazy, especially at work, because at work it's been about, large city, parking is always an issue. Anywhere you go, parking is an issue. So the biggest issue, the biggest scandal right now where I'm working is the fact that, Sure hate it. Drank a lot of soda. A lot of soda. One of the drawbacks of being sober most of the time, all the time. Oh my God, sober all the time is the fact that sweets, sodas, I've been drinking a lot of sodas. Can't be good for me. That cannot be good for me.
Well, I just drink the one day of the week, and I'm blessed because
And like I said,
I just drink on this show, as you can tell, sometimes, most of the time. But that's okay. Don't judge me, bitches, because I'm judging you.
Well, for me, it's the only reason I did give up with the drinking was the fact that I wanted to quit smoking.
Cleanse. And the smoking was a big issue. Yeah,
quit smoking permanently.
Yeah, and for a lot of us, smoking and drinking go hand in hand. I did it for years, but when I couldn't sleep at night because of the wheezing from my lungs, I said, bitch, I'm not smoking anymore. I'm just that kind of person where if it's an inconvenience to me, I put it down. Much like a lot of the men in my life. If you're an inconvenience to me, I'll put you down.
Well, guess what? It became an inconvenience to me. I'm like, nobody likes to do it. I remember when smoking used to be cool. Every movie, somebody was smoking. You'd hang out at a bar.
Yeah, but everybody would be. Smoking's still cool.
No, it's not cool anymore.
Oh no, it is cool. No, but they're vaping now.
No,
and that's really bad for you. We're not going to go down that road.
Mean smoking actual cigarettes. No, smoking cigarettes is like no, it's not even cool anymore.
No, I'm probably not. I don't keep up with what's cool because. I don't care. I languish in uncool.
Good Lord. Randy and I literally sat down and watched the movie. I need to stop saying the word literally. We sat down to watch a movie on TV. And then the characters in the movie, one of the characters, this bitch had a cigarette from the time she woke up in the morning to the time she went to bed. There was a scene where this woman is laying in bed with a cigarette in her mouth. I'm like, damn. Go to the store and buy 9 cartons of cigarettes. You poor. How are you buying that? They are $30 a pop, depending on where you live.
Yeah.
North Carolina, if you were in North Carolina, you now this was way back in the day. You used to be able to buy a carton of cigarettes for like $9. $9. And in Texas, they were $30. And that was 19 $96.
I don't remember them being $30.
They were expensive.
But I never bought a carton of cigarettes.
Girl, cigarettes were expensive. They're almost $60 a box now.
Oh no, my friend. I have a friend who smokes, and he buys cartons. And I've seen him spend $180.
No, I'm like,
that was years ago. Well, that was a couple. Well, I guess that was 5 years ago. When he spent, no, not even 5. But he spent $180 on several cartons of cigarettes.
No. The idea of spending that kind of money for cigarette. I'm sorry, I'm burping a lot. Like I said, I'm drinking a lot of sodas, but and mineral water and all that other stuff. But to spend that kind of money,
that's crazy.
That's crazy. Now I am not a super heavy smoker.
I can't afford that.
Yeah, I didn't go out and buy cartons.
When I did smoke, I was in. I would drink and smoke at the same time, which that's the thing. But if I called it social smoking. Yeah. When I would be at friends' houses and stuff, girl, it was easy to smoke a pack of cigarettes because I'd have a cigarette with every drink. And
exactly.
And you know I can drink.
Exactly. And like I said, the problem with that too is the fact that when you do go to friends' houses or something, you got to go outside. You're the only one outside smoking. Everybody's sitting inside, having a good time, doing this and that. You trying to look through the window because you outside. They don't want you in the house. Nobody wants you in their house smoking.
See, with my friends, because I don't smoke, with my friends, they do smoke, and I have to sit inside because I don't want to be outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Because most of the time it's hot when I go and visit, but, it's during the summer, but they're sitting outside smoking cigarettes, and I'm inside watching TV.
Yeah, exactly.
With the shades open, just going, oh, there they are on the deck. So I ain't going out there.
It's just an inconvenience. You have to smoke. You go out to dinner, you have to smoke way on the other side of the parking lot because they don't want you anywhere near the door.
No, and frankly, you know what? I know there are a lot of people like yourself back in the day who smoked and would make those concessions. Like, I guess I got to go outside. Bitch, I am not going in my life. You will never find me inconvenienced. That is my credo in life. Bitch, I don't do anything that's inconvenient. I don't live like that. I don't live like that. So I would not smoke. If I were a smoker, I'd quit because I had to go outside to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, no. I want to be it's 30 degrees outside, and I have to come outside and smoke? And that's when I'd be mad at myself because I'd be standing there with a cigarette in my hand going, it's 30 fucking degrees outside because you had to have a fucking cigarette because nobody will let you in the house to smoke a cigarette. And the last time you tried to smoke a cigarette in someone's house, they didn't talk to you for a year. So, nope, you cannot smoke in anybody's house like you used to.
No, you can't. Listen, you came to my apartment and I was smoking and I smoked in my apartment. My last apartment was so funny because my landlord actually yelled at the woman downstairs because she was complaining because we shared air conditioning systems, and she was complaining because there was smoke coming through her air conditioning. Well, I actually felt sorry for her, and I said, well, I won't do that anymore. I said, I just won't smoke in the house anymore. I don't have to smoke because I don't really have a habit. And he said, the hell you won't. That bitch doesn't own this condo. I do. And you smoke as much as you fucking want to. And if you don't want to open the window, fuck her. And I loved him for that. But I will say, after that, having respect for that poor woman, I put a fan in front of the intake of the air conditioner intake vent. I put a fan in front of it. Anytime I smoked in the house, which I did, that fan would blow it away from the intake, so she never suffered again. But I love my landlord's attitude. Fuck that bitch.
And I have to say this. I did smoke in the house. Oh, I hope my landlord's not listening to this. I really hope she is not listening to this.
She ain't.
She ain't. But the thing is that, yes, I smoked in the house. But then the moment I smoked, everybody smoked. Everybody went completely joyous.
Damn, I'm wanting a cigarette right now.
I know.
Everybody stop talking about this shit.
Everybody was completely joyous because they wanted to smoke.
We're going to end up buying cigarettes.
No, we are not.
We are not.
No,
and
you
I
can
will
buy
not.
a pack if you want to.
Now,
but you
where
smoke.
would I smoke?
Exactly. You smoking.
I am not being. Hello, did you not know? I am not inconvenienced ever.
You would have to walk to the store to get it because I'm not doing it.
I'm not walking to the store to get nothing. I'll not be inconvenienced.
So we're not even going to worry about that. You know what? I will say this. 14 days. I'm very proud of myself. So, 14 days.
I'm very proud of you too.
I don't care about the drinking thing. Let me tell y'all once again. I don't really care about. I could have already.
Oh please.
Had a drink already if I wanted to.
We're not offering him a drink though because he wants a cigarette with a drink, and they go hand in hand.
Yeah, they go hand in hand.
Coffee and a cigarette go hand in hand. But cocktail and a cigarette go hand in hand, bitch.
But the goal was to quit smoking, and the goal is still to quit smoking. So I know that I can't drink. So that's what I have to do. Now, if you hear me slurring a little bit or what have you, yes, I have had a little bit of the.
Don't say that. You don't have to say that. They ain't got to know everything.
Well, they heard it last week. So.
Well, enough said.
Enough said. But there's no alcohol involved and no cigarettes involved. So let's just leave it at that. And call it a day. You know, somebody.
And we can move on to another subject.
Okay. Moving on to another subject means we have to Gilmore it and just flow into it.
Oh, Lord. If you bring up the Gilmore Girls one more time, I cannot be responsible for your safety. But I'm looking at the board, and I'm seeing DJ Qualls is gay and 41. Skinny white boy, look out. What in the hell does that mean?
Okay, I'm going to have to explain who DJ Quall is.
You sure is.
Okay. Or calls, or I know it's Qalls.
I've never
heard
of it.
I'm probably getting it wrong, and I'm sorry, DJ. We're going to get married anyway, so you're going to have to take my last name.
I've never seen his picture. I have to see his picture.
Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back 20 years.
Okay.
Let's go
do
back.
The music.
Let's go. Now, I'm not trying to be that guy, but I usually don't like what I call toilet humor movies. I usually don't like them.
Oh, neither do I.
It's like, oh my God, we've heard the same ass joke 15 times already. This is not humor. So I don't enjoy toilet humor that much. So I was shocked that I think this was back in 2000 that a little movie called Road Trip with Tom Green, of all people, I hated Tom Green. Oh my God, I so hated him.
Well,
I didn't get his humor at all.
I wonder where he is now. I wonder where he is now.
I'm sure he's fine. I don't know. Not really that concerned. But there was a skinny little white boy in the film. Now, he's 41 and I'm 52. So, 11-year difference.
Yeah, but
so
honey, that's 41 and 52. That's good. He's not in his 20s. You're good. You're good.
So, I think at the time he was 19 and I was close to 30 or 30-ish, somewhere in the 30-ish kind of thing.
Okay, that would be bad.
Okay, but that was a long time ago.
No, but it would be gross.
Okay.
Listen, it's none of my business. He's 19 years old.
Okay.
You do you.
Okay.
But that's nasty.
I thought this skinny little white boy.
Really nasty, but anyway.
I thought this skinny little white boy with the big dopey nose and all this other stuff. I'm like, why do I find him interestingly attractive? And then I thought to myself, he's probably got a big dick because he's so skinny white boys.
Skinny white boy with a big nose? Are you kidding? That is big dick deluxe.
So I saw him in that movie, and you know, this is typical straight teenagers wanting to get sexed up,
of course,
and all this other stuff. And you, like I said,
and they show women naked and full frontal in the 70s. They don't do full frontal very much anymore with women, but they always show the boobs and stuff like that.
But this came out in 2000, not in the.
I know. What I'm saying is, it would be nice if they would show men full frontal like they used to in the 70s with women. But they don't do full frontal anymore with women like they used to.
Which is actually a good thing because men are starting to do it now. So
Don't nobody want to see all that.
Well, I mean, it usually depends on the context.
No,
of the
men are fun to look at, but
yeah, it depends.
I'm sorry, I'm a little prejudiced because I don't want to see no beaver unless it's an actual beaver building a dam. That would be cool. That would be cool because I'm an animal
that
lover.
has such lesbian undertones.
I'm an animal lover.
Such lesbian undertones. I swear to God.
A real beaver?
A beaver building a dam. Good Lord, that really has some lesbian undertones.
You're thinking about the dental dam.
Oh, calm down.
Not a dental dam. No, a dam from sticks and
girl.
twigs. And
I know you are trying to be talking about the literal idea of a beaver building a dam.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about a euphemism.
I don't want to see a beaver doing nothing else. Building a dam, flapping his tail on the water.
Have some lesbian undertones. That's all I'm saying. And let me tell you something.
The lesbians might be upset with you about that.
That's fine.
You got to watch out for the taco trolls, honey.
Okay, because they'll be on the show in a couple of weeks, so it's fine.
Oh, no. Now I'm going to be in trouble for saying taco trolls. That's okay. I can handle it.
You're gonna have to get a spanking from a lesbian.
Ew.
Well, that's just the way it is.
That's just nasty.
Anyway, so I want to put out a little bit of a message out there to you, DJ. You literally just came out of the closet about 2 days ago. He's 41.
He came out of the closet.
He came out of. He is open. He came out of. He did it at a.
Well, it's got to be hard if you're a quote unquote DJ, unless you're Boy George. You know, Boy George made a fortune being a DJ. But
hold on,
this man built his career on DJ.
You got it wrong. He is an actor whose name happens to be DJ. He is not a DJ.
Oh.
His name is DJ. I think it's Daniel James, but he goes by DJ. So his name is DJ. He's not an actual working disc jockey.
Oh,
he's an actor.
Okay.
He's an actor, and he's currently in the Man in the High Castle on Amazon.
You know,
where he ironically
I started watching that last week, and then I sort of stopped because I was tired, and I'm not saying anything bad about the show. I just had to go to sleep. I'm a Netflix and Amazon queen, girl. I'm just. I'm always watching movies and shit.
But
so I'm gonna get back to the High Castle.
Yeah, you should. He actually, and like I said, ironically enough, he actually plays a gay man in the show. So yeah, and he didn't come out until, like I said, just maybe a few days ago. And he did it on a stand-up tour. He came out on stage and said, "Yep, I'm gay. I've always been gay." And that's
comedian.
That. No, he's an actor. He just happened.
You said a stand-up tour.
Well, yeah, he was with some other stand-up comedians, and he went on stage and did his thing. So,
well, I like that Sewell's person. He's an older actor. I can't remember his Rufus Sewell's. Yeah, that's his name. I think.
Hey, DJ, Randy's gonna go off onto a tangent, so I just want to let you know.
No, I'm not. I like that Rufus Sewell's. That's all I'm saying. He's a very good actor, and he's very attractive.
I have no idea who that is.
He's on The Man in the Castle.
Okay, I don't have Amazon.
Well, you need to get some.
I don't have Amazon. I'm sorry, Randy. Don't own Amazon. I know of the show because I have seen like clips and stuff on YouTube. That kind of thing. So
I know. That's all I was saying. You don't have to get weird.
I'm not. Oh, I'm about to get weird because I'm going to tell DJ, hey, send me a DM. We'll talk. I'll give you my phone number. We'll get together. You're I'm sure you've been sexing it up. I mean, you have not been on the down. You've been on the down low, sweetie. Do not tell us that you are a virgin in the gay community at 41.
Know. You don't know.
Well, if he is.
You don't know.
If he is. And normally I would say this, and I really mean this. I ain't got time to be teaching nobody nothing. If you don't know what you're doing, You need to find somebody else. But DJ, I'll make that exception for you. I will definitely make that exception for you. You know, I don't like a lot of celebrities most of the time. I just, you know, you see the same perfect, beautiful bodies all over the place. You're like,
no, I don't. Listen.
Yeah, I kind of like a down home.
Listen, you know what?
Looks like one of us.
I like regular folks myself, as long as they have something to offer, if you know what I mean.
Well, we would all like for them to have something to offer, but for most of us who are versatile, something to offer might be something completely different.
See, I'm not getting graphic because I'm like I said, my New Year's resolution was to steer away from that kind of shit. So I'm steering away.
Well,
steering away.
Well,
far away.
You can steer. You can steer down that road. I'm still going down Letch Road, so I'm going to continue to go down Letch Road.
You go on ahead.
So, DJ, like I said, you need a teacher, which I'm sure you don't. I know you've been sucking dick. I know you have. Don't lie. Don't lie. It's like the last guy I had who told me that he was straight, but was the best bottom I ever had. That bitch had been fucked. Many times.
Well, many
times. And they're going to look at me and tell me.
I will say this.
And then look at me and tell me that he had never been with a man.
I will say this.
Best bottom I ever had.
I will say this. If you're out there and you're trying to perpetrate and say that you're straight and you've never had sex, guess what? A man can tell, trust, and believe when he gets all up in you and there ain't no trouble with it. You're not straight.
When you are sucking, when you are sucking it in, you have never been straight. It's one thing if it can slide in.
When it's
but
hungry.
But when you can suck it in. Like,
when your ass is hungry like that.
Bitch, you ain't never been
straight.
You
ain't fooling nobody.
You ain't fooling nobody. You ain't never been straight. You ever.
See, that's as graphic as I'm gonna go.
That's
my New Year's resolution, not to be too graphic. But when your hole is saying, see, I can't help myself.
Exactly.
When your hole is saying, "Can I get some of that?"
Randy, I tell you what. Since you want to hold on to your resolution, let's hold on to your resolution.
Okay.
So we are not going to describe it. We're going to go back to the old ways. We're just going to go back to cleaning the kitchen, if you know what I mean, girl. Just the kitchen.
Well,
yeah, just keeping the yes.
You're dirtying up in the kitchen.
Well,
exactly. Letting somebody in your kitchen.
If you know.
And if your kitchen is clean and you letting somebody in your kitchen and you don't care if your kitchen gets dirty, then we know you done had some before.
Yeah, exactly. You ain't fooling nobody.
Ain't fooling nobody.
You ain't fooling nobody.
Listen, all right, fine. I will say this. I will say this much. If you can just get on somebody and sit on down and not say a word.
And then look me dead in the face and said, I'm straight.
And not say a word and you supposed to be straight. Bitch, who are you lying to?
Look, let's be clear and let's be fair here. LGBTQIA and all the rest.
And the groceries.
We love you all. We love you. You are part of the community. You are part of the community. So for you, we love you. But straight men riding on dick like professionals, bitch, please.
Thank you. Straight.
Bitch, straight. And then look at me dead. No. Bitch, please. You ain't fooling nobody.
Moving on.
Yes, please.
Well,
I saw, speaking of celebrities, I saw Billy Porter, Golden Globes, this bitch here.
See, I didn't see it.
You never see any of.
No, I don't watch that.
Can I tell you
kind
something?
of stuff.
I don't really watch the awards. I just wait for Billy Porter to come out on the runway. I watch every award show just to see what he's going to wear on the runway.
Billy Porter always presents.
Oh, he presented.
Fashion.
He presented. Yeah. He had this, I don't even know how to describe it. It looked like a paper mache jumpsuit and covered in butterfly tattoos. I went. Now, they're painted on.
Yeah, he doesn't have tattoos.
Yeah, he doesn't have tattoos.
I don't know.
No, he doesn't have tattoos. They were all painted on. All painted on. Just standing there at the Golden Globes. I'm like, you know what, Billy? I need award season to be over because you are slaying too hard, too much. You are just slaying. Every time I look at you, you are slaying. We're exhausted. Mm-hmm. We can't handle enough. The Oscars are coming up. And, girl, let me tell you something about the Oscars. Did you see the nominations for the Oscars?
No.
No,
I did not.
Can you talk into the mic?
I'm sorry. I was resting my chin on my hand, just chilling.
I love you, girl, but you can adjust the microphone if you want to just rest.
Girl, I'm fine.
Rest and chill on you can adjust.
I'm fine. I could run to Texas and back. Shelby can't. She never could.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I just had a Steel Magnolias moment.
I know you did. Mm-hmm. But the Oscars...
Drink the juice, Shelby. Shelby, drink the juice.
Okay.
All right, okay. I'm done.
Are you done?
You got to get that out, girl. You can't have a Steel Magnolias moment without the juice moment.
Mm-hmm. Well, I saw the nominations, and I went, this is the most boring thing I have. None of these movies... I saw one of the movies, and I saw Joker.
See, I didn't see Joker.
I thought to myself while sitting through that movie going, I've already seen these movies.
Joaquin Phoenix lost a lot of weight, made his body look really weird because he had gained a lot of weight. It was weird. I mean, what I saw from the credit, from the, the movie previews, yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen it. I love him as an actor. I think he's a very good actor. He's quirky, and most actors are. He's got a little, something going on in his head that nobody else sees but him. But I think that's the mark of an actor, because
I love that nobody sees but him.
But him. But listen, a lot of your best actors are just a little off the chart.
And that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I mean,
I still think he's hot, though. I have to admit that.
He just looks like he needs a bath and some counseling. That's what he looks like to me, and I'm like, no.
Well, you know what? He might need a bath. You're right.
He looks like he needs a bath and some counseling. So
did you see his documentary that he made?
No, I did not.
He does need a bath. That documentary was nasty. He actually did things in that documentary that I'm surprised he still has a career. If you ever watched it, girl,
I just had no interest in it. I think that was the one where he wanted to be a rapper, right?
No, that's Tom Hanks' son.
No, I thought it was the one where he wanted to be a rapper, or
maybe. Yeah, but, the whole thing was fake. It was all fake.
Yeah, he went on.
It was all David Letterman.
He went on David Letterman.
Yes, that's
I remember the interview because I watched it.
Be a rapper.
He wanted to be a rapper,
but he gained a whole bunch of weight for that documentary and his belly.
Yeah,
and
and I think Letterman asked him if this whole thing was
fake, and he was mute. He didn't say anything. But the truth is, it was all fake. And it kind of blew up in his face and kind of messed up his career for about 5 years.
Yeah, but this sounds so Shia LaBeouf. It's ridiculous.
It's very
like
Shia LaBeouf.
I know. Why do they all go down this road where they're like...
Well, I like Shia LaBeouf well enough, but the truth is, I don't watch Transformer movies, bitch. You got the wrong bitch
that's the
for
problem.
Transformer film.
That is my problem with Shia LaBeouf, is the fact that...
He has a new film out, by the way.
Sweetie, you've done Transformer movies. How am I supposed to see...
But he does have a new film out, and he was a child actor. He's one of those child actors that made it.
Even Stevens. I used to watch that show on Disney Channel.
See, I heard he was a bit... Why you watch... What?
I was going through a depressed... I was very depressed at the time.
I watched Murder, She Wrote when I was depressed. Girl,
that and
ain't nothing Angela Lansbury cannot help with. She can solve all your problems in 1 hour.
I can tell you right now, I don't do it anymore, and I haven't done it in years, but I used to love watching the Disney Channel. I loved Even Stevens.
I'm not trying
Kim Possible was my favorite
trying to
thing.
judge you,
loved
but I am
Kim Possible.
so judging you. But I'm not trying.
But the stories were so good.
It just happened.
If I find something with a good story, I like to watch it. And I thought they had really good stories, and they told them well. So that's why I would watch them.
Shia LaBeouf. Now, doesn't his name in French mean the beef?
So you gonna go there, huh?
Do you think he has? Do you think he has the beef?
I don't know, but I think we're gonna take the break.
All right, because Clara Peller was always looking, from those commercials from Wendy's. Where's the beef? Was she looking for Shia LaBeouf?
I don't.
I'm playing.
Just the idea. I just saw.
Listen, as long as I'm staying out of the dirtiness. I'm not saying anything. Just any window is fun.
I know.
I shouldn't have involved Clara Peller. God bless her.
All I can say is
God
that
rest her soul.
I still think of Shia LaBeouf as that little kid. So thinking of him in that way just seems.
I didn't see him until he was an adult.
Yeah.
So I'm not some kind of Disney watching weirdo.
Anyway, we're going to take a break, and we will be right back. And we're back.
We sure are.
And, Randy, you know what? I can't believe this is happening.
What?
And I can't believe that I literally the other day, I had a 22-year-old kid, and he's making jokes and everything else, and he goes, you know what? That guy is getting on my fucking nerves. I wish I had AIDS so that I could cough on him and give him AIDS.
I'm sorry.
And I looked around and I'm like, did he just say that? Maybe he was kidding.
Well,
and then I thought, maybe
why was he
kidding.
saying it to you?
I have no idea why he was saying it to me.
And was he at work?
We were at work, and I'm like, okay, yeah.
Does he not know that you can't contract or give, as he said, AIDS to people through a cough?
I know. Here's the thing. I told him that, and when you answer me back, nuh-uh, I'm like, did he really say nuh-uh? Like, nuh-uh.
What did you say to him?
I'm like, yeah, coughing? That's where you... Did you say AIDS? And you said AIDS,
frankly,
right?
AIDS is a step way too far.
I know.
Because it begins with HIV.
Yeah, exactly.
As we all know.
I mean, he just went straight for AIDS. I'm like, he went down AIDS road.
So he was trying to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
And showed how misinformed he is.
Mm-hmm. And then when I said, the only way you can do that is, exchanging fluids like sex and needles.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way that you can spread it. And he went, nuh-uh. And I went,
another
oh, no.
nuh-uh. Another nuh-uh.
No, that's when he went, nuh-uh. That's the first time I heard. I'm like, he did not.
And
did he just do that? I'm like, hey, here's the thing. Just Google it. I don't
They Google everything now.
How do you not know this?
They don't know nothing anymore.
How do we turn
young people at his age don't know shit anymore unless they Google it.
How did we return to
that kind of
stupid?
Ignorance?
We went right back to that kind of...
So these
kids gonna get themselves killed.
Listen, I'm scared that HIV is going to be on the rise again.
Because these kids are going to get themselves killed.
And he's straight, right?
He's straight.
Not that it matters, because guess what? HIV is out there,
yeah,
and it
exactly.
doesn't matter if you're gay or straight. It never has, by the way. It's because of reckless behavior that HIV spread the way it did in the gay community and the straight community. It's just, come on, get an education of some kind. Just recklessly out there, just fucking people and not knowing what's going on. I don't know. It's beyond.
I mean,
pale.
and the fact that
for me, it's just beyond the pale because I've never not been safe. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm alive, bitch, at 51 years old.
Well, I mean, it ravaged the gay community. So it ravaged the gay community. We lost a lot of people in the gay community.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact of the matter is that here I am looking at a 22-year-old kid who should know the history of this, who should know the history of this.
Has it been swept under the rug?
I feel like that. How does he look at me and go, nuh-uh? And I'm like, am I teaching? I'm teaching something here. I literally have to teach him what was wrong with his entire statement.
Yeah. Well, the nuh-uh speaks volumes. You can't teach anybody that damn ignorant.
I'm like, you're 22.
Nope.
How do you not know the history of?
Nope.
You don't
can't teach him. Can't teach him.
I mean, oh Lord, if you can't teach him, you got to tell him something. You got to tell him no, not through coughing. Everybody in this goddamn restaurant would be dead. Are you serious?
Not immediately dead. HIV.
Are you serious? If the way that he sees it, cough on him and dead.
So like a laser beam. Like a laser.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Exactly. Like one of those movies where one person gets a little bloody nose and then suddenly everybody drops.
Oh, no, like that's 28 days.
Yeah, exactly. No. I'm like, are you serious? That's not how that works.
Well, that's sad. That's sad. There's no resolve for that. I don't know. I don't think anybody within the sound of our voices doesn't understand how HIV is contracted. But this one stupid 22-year-old kid doesn't. And I'm not in the mood to school children. But you bitches out there, God love you. If you're 22 and you don't know how HIV is contracted, I agree with Joel. Google it, please. Google it.
And it's not even...
you're wasting my precious time. And, honey, time is precious when you're older. And you don't think you're going to get there, but you will.
And, I hope...
No, maybe you won't. I don't know.
And Randy,
aliens may land and do their thing. But anyway.
Well, Randy, I don't like to think of it, and I'm not going to say he's a stupid kid. What I'm going to say is the fact that
he's an uninformed child.
Someone did not tell this child the right things. Obviously, someone did not tell him, which means that someone swept it under the rug.
It's called ignorance. And you can be ignorant, and that's not a derogatory term all the time. No, it is when I use it, but but you can be ignorant. That just means you don't know better.
But the thing is,
so he needs to learn better.
Yeah. So the thing is that most people get ignorance and stupidity confused.
Oh, I'm sorry, you said that wrong. It's ignorant.
Yeah, ignorance and stupidity.
No, I'm sorry, you said that wrong.
No, I'm still going to say ignorance. Ignorance and stupidity wrong. Ignorance is the lack of knowledge of something.
The lack of knowledge, exactly.
Yeah. And stupidity is you just don't give a shit.
No,
it's
and
just my way or the highway.
Stupidity is when there's no recourse. There's no way back. You're just so fucking stupid. So I'm not going to call this boy stupid.
He is not stupid. He's just, And I hope that he learned something.
He's just ignorant. See, I said it your way, but I like my way better.
Whatever. But the thing is that he said it. He said something. He got schooled. That was
and
bad.
You schooled him, and bless your heart, because let me tell you something. I would have laughed in his damn face and walked away.
I can't do that.
Actually, I probably would have acted like I sneezed and said, "Got HIV," and walked away. I got that AIDS, bitch. Shoot. And walked away. Just so he wouldn't sleep that night.
Oh,
just so Lord. His ignorant. Oh, no, it's not ignorant. It's ignorant. Sorry. See, I'm trying to say the word right. ignorant ass would have gone home and lost some goddamn sleep behind me saying, achoo, got AIDS. See you later.
I'm sorry.
That may have prompted him to read a book.
I know, it may have. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking, what is the name of it? Used to be a little, I'm not going to say animated. You know what? I'm not even going to tell the story because it wouldn't come out right. But the thing is that it reminds me of a saying from a TV show I used to watch a while ago. Okay. And I'm trying to describe it right now, and there's no way I could describe it.
It's just not.
It's not animated.
Yeah.
But it's not exactly clay figures. And it was called, I think it was called Adam and Steve.
No, I've never
about
heard of that.
Yeah, it was about a little gay character. It's
See, you said you were going to say nothing about it, but you said something anyway.
I'm trying to describe it.
Well, I just can't imagine.
I'm trying to describe. Well, one of the characters has HIV, and he says they're trying to get out of a bad situation because the couple is arguing, and you know how when a couple argues, and you're like, oh, look at the time.
Yeah, when a couple argues and nobody wants to hear that shit.
Yeah, exactly. So it was in that moment that he went, well, my AIDS is acting up. Let's get out of here. That was the funniest thing I'd ever.
That's very vague.
So
that was very vague.
So I was thinking about exactly what you just said when you said, "Oh, I'm just gonna sneeze out of it."
Sneeze and say, "Oh, girl, AIDS, gotta go." Let him go home and lose sleep.
That's when I thought about that moment. I'm like, "Oh my god, that's hilarious." But you know, I just like I said, I had to look at him and go, "I can't believe." You know, that's just my brain going, really? Joel, did you hear what he just... Joel, you heard what he just... And then he said, nuh-uh. Did this grown-ass man... Nuh-uh. This grown-ass man... Just
how old is this motherfucker?
This grown-ass man is nuh-uh at me. And I'm like...
How old is he?
22.
Well...
I don't... You know what? I'm really getting...
They're children. We could have children that age.
You know what? I want to stop you there.
Okay,
we don't have children that age.
We could.
We don't.
But mine would be informed.
I don't want to. As far as I'm concerned.
I don't either.
As far as I'm concerned, you a grown-ass man.
No, yeah.
You a grown-ass man.
You should be.
I have seen grown-ass men of 22 drive fancy cars, do exactly what they needed to do, move up in the world. And then I've seen grown-ass 22-year-olds like this.
Yeah,
so it's all degrees. Yeah. It's the same way with us. We've seen super successful sides of our community, and then we have us.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, anyway, let's move on.
Yeah.
To another subject.
Really?
Yes.
What are we moving on to?
I don't know. What you got?
I don't know. What you got?
Well.
Oh, speaking of which, you know what? I forgot. Remember when we were talking about the Nextdoor app? Well, here was the funny thing that made me fall in love with Nextdoor. There was a streaker running down Montrose, 2:30 in the afternoon on a Saturday. Somebody took a picture, completely naked, just running.
Do you have the picture?
I can show it to you later.
I like a dick pic.
There's no dick. It's just the guy. It's literally a picture of the guy running, and you don't see nothing. All you see is like the outline of his butt, and obviously he works out. And we were sitting there, and I'm reading all the comments, and girl, it's hilarious. All these queens talking about, I remember back in the day when we used to see this all the time, and we were teenagers, and blah 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 blah. And I went, yeah, these people are having a good time on this age.
Well.
And they're talking about when
if you're really hot, and was his body really hot?
His body was lean, muscular. It looked like he worked out or he ran. He had a runner's body.
It's going to be hard to get somebody to call the police if they like what they see. It is. In this day and time, everybody is a voyeur. You know, with the internet and all these different. You know, all the different sites on the internet, people are looking and watching, and so he took it to the streets, girl. And if he had the body for it, I'm surprised anybody called the police.
But you know what?
Did he go down for it? Do you know?
have no idea. No, people
probably didn't.
People are trying to find out. They are still on Nextdoor trying to find out.
I bet you anything he never saw a jail cell. Because if you're that good looking, you know, if your body's fit, nobody cares. They just want to watch.
Well, I will say
dick
this.
flopping up and down.
I will say this. I came up with what I think is a great theory of why he was running down that street naked. And then I had a plan for him that if he lived in the neighborhood, how to get home. So I'll explain it to you real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
So first of all, it is Saturday. It is 2:30 in the afternoon. You at somebody's house. You having a good time. Y'all have been getting down or about to get down. You are completely naked, about to do it. I don't know who you're doing it with, so I'm not even going to guess sexuality or whatever. But you were about to do it. And then such and such didn't tell you that they were married. And somebody came home.
You had to crawl out of a window?
Somebody came home, so he had to crawl out of the window. Now, he lives in the neighborhood, and he is completely naked. And he is standing there realizing, I have to get home. It's
so he's running as fast as he can.
2:20 in the afternoon. He says, fuck it. And he starts running. He bolts. And you know, most people on a Saturday.
That's a great most people, idea.
Yeah.
Hypothesis.
Yes. Most people on a Saturday are going about their business. They're going to the grocery store. They're doing all this other stuff. Half of them don't see him. The other half do, and they take pictures and this and that. Now, I'm thinking if he was smart and if he did stay out of jail, like you said, that would mean, and I would do this too, that if he lived in the neighborhood, I would hit every back street I could possibly find.
Oh, me too, yeah.
Every back street until I got home. And yes, I would have to run across major corridors, but I would time it to the point where I'd be running so fast, people would be like, is he naked?
Exactly. But if you're attractive, it doesn't matter. People like seeing you, and they're not going to turn you in. They're like, well,
it doesn't.
Girl, I just saw a hot man.
I don't know about all of that. I don't know
looking
about,
good.
I don't know all about that. All I know is that, like I said, that was my hypothesis on if he stayed out of jail. He made it home. But he had to. He had to do. I
think he made it home too.
I think he made it home, and I think he had to do
because we would have heard about it on Channel 13 News otherwise.
I just thought it was the funniest thing.
It would have been on local news,
and everybody on that list was like in the comment section. They were all like, "Huh? Well, you know, he does. He's got a nice body."
Yeah.
He does have a nice body. And they were all trying to figure out if he made it home or not. And everybody's like, we'll find out.
If it was me.
But I don't think anybody turned it in.
I would have been turned in, turned out. I'd be in prison right now.
Girl.
Trying to get my run on naked.
You could tell by the end of the comments, all the comments, he didn't. No one called the police. They just all went, okay. Well, hopefully he made it home.
And maybe he could break off a piece if he came to my house, that kind of thing.
So I thought that was the funniest thing because I'm like, so this is what this app is gonna be. People gossiping about stuff. People showing me weird pictures of. I'm like, well, this is Montrose. I'm not really that surprised. I once walked past a window down the street. And this girl is buck naked in the window. And I'm turning the corner. I have groceries in my hand. I'm turning the corner. And I turn to look. And there she is, buck naked in the window. And she sees me and I see her. And I'm like, oh, my fucking God. She's going to call the police. Oh, my God. I got to get home. She's
going to call the police. You should have called the police. That's exposure. No. You should have called the popo.
She is standing in the window naked. I mean, naked.
You should have called the police, not her.
I'm like, and then she has the nerve enough to look at me, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, I just want to get home. I really don't feel like dealing with this.
No.
Please don't come outside talking about I was trying to peep in your window or what have you.
Peep in your window? She had the curtains open.
And I'm going to have to spend half an hour trying to convince these
That's on her.
I'm gay. I don't even know why is this bitch standing in the window
I don't
naked?
know why you were worried. It's on her.
No, That's a story that I don't want to get into why I would worry. But the thing is that, no, I'm like, I don't got time. I've seen this on the news. I just want to go home. Wow. And I'm gay, and people are going to go, if something happened to me, people would go, but why? He is gay. He didn't care. Yeah. He was just on his way home. You didn't have to kill him.
Exactly. Yeah, you didn't have to kill him.
You didn't have to kill him. He was trying to he was honest. That man loved dick. He loved dick. Trust me. That man loved dick. There was no way he was peeping at that woman at all. He was trying to get home.
No, and that would be obvious by the fact that you tried to sleep with the police officer when he got to your house.
Which is probably why I got shot.
You didn't get... Now you're imagining yourself
Lord.
shot. Oh, listen.
Anywho, you know what, Randy? You know what? Let's get into, you know what, I'm going to come up with a theme song for this part because I think it's time for Randy's story time. And Randy is going to finish off last week's story about Miss Isabel Cooley. Randy, give them a quick reminder. Remember, you're on time. Give them a quick reminder of Isabel Cooley, please.
Isabel Cooley is an American actress. She was back then known as a day player for MGM. And she was in films, a lot of films. She was Sooner in Raintree County with Elizabeth Taylor. She was Charmian in Cleopatra with Elizabeth Taylor. Girl, I guess Liz loved her, honey. She was also in a film with Frank Sinatra. I can't recall the name, to be honest with you. But she was in several films. She was a Burmese spy in the film with Frank Sinatra. She was everywhere back in the 40s and 50s and 60s. She did movies into the 70s. You can Google her and find Isabel Cooley movies, no problem. But I believe where we left off was that I had invited her to my friend Pam's salon grand opening, and there was champagne.
Oh, okay. No, you go ahead.
And she, we were at the theater watching Driving Miss Daisy, which was really funny because Hoke was played by my friend Richard, whose name I won't say his last name. Anyway, and she said he looked like Jello with a belt, and she could be cruel, but she was fabulously funny. So we went from there to my friend Pam's salon grand opening, and we had champagne, and it just got too boring. And so we left, and she said, would you like to come to my home? And she talked in that sort of English accent that all the people at MGM were trained in with elocution classes to speak a certain way, sort of a faux British accent. That's what I like to call it. And she said, would you like to come to my home? And I said, whatever, sure. Because I was a quirky 19-year-old smart ass. And so I went to her house, and she said, the only reason that I came to Greenville is because of this tree, this fabulous tree. I said, that tree? Being a smart-ass 19-year-old. And she said, yes, that tree. That tree is over 100 years old, and it must have been 200 feet tall. It was a beautiful tree, but I was trying to play cool, being a kid. And I'm here with this woman who's been in films, and she was just amazing. A little short thing, like a wood sprite, like I said before. Short hair, green eyes, very fair complected. And when we got in the home, she said, oh, do sit down. And I sat down, and in the most comfortable wingback chair, and she brought me a glass of champagne, and we clinked our champagne glasses, and then she put on a record, and I love records. If you've never heard a record, there's something about an actual record. It's not a disc. Well, it's a disc in shape, but a true vinyl record is the most amazing thing on the planet. And it cracks a little bit. And as it was cracking, I just sat back in the wingback chair. And all of a sudden, the most beautiful voice, Billie Holiday, was singing. If you've never heard Billie Holiday sing, what a treat. You have to listen to a Billie Holiday record, if you can get a record and a turntable together. Nothing like it. And so we sat there for a moment silently. And she said, "Would you like dinner?" And I said, "Well, maybe later." I just wanted to get my buzz on and enjoy myself. And she said, "I have some vodka in the freezer. The only way I drink vodka is frozen." And she said, "Oh, let's watch a movie." And I said, "Okay." And we watched Idiot's Delight with Norma Shear. And there's a scene in the movie. They're all trapped in the French Alps in a chalet. And there's a scene in the movie where Norma Shear comes out of her hotel room or her suite, and she has a bucket of frozen vodka in beakers with ice, a tub. Isabel comes into the room with a tub of frozen vodka in beakers and says, "Here." And in the movie, Norma Shearer says, "Nastrovia." And everyone lifts a beaker and drinks. And just before the scene, Isabel and I lifted our beakers, and she said, "Nastrovia," and we drank. And then Norma Shearer did it. It was just magic. I was 19 years old. What a wonderful memory. I'll have more for you next week. And it's always a pleasure to tell you about her. And I'll tell you more next week. And I'm just excited to share. So that's me. Me and Isabel. My fun memories. All right.
Aww.
That's the end.
Speaking of which, we're almost at the end. Yeah, we're almost at the end.
Well, I can report that I had a lovely day. The whole thing, everything. You know, from the dermatologist. Oh, gosh, she was beautiful. To our fabulous conversation. Who could ask for anything more?
Not I. Not I at all. I mean, I've had a day. It wasn't terrible, and it wasn't great. It was just a day. And like I said, I'm finding that, and I actually meant this, I like being angry all the time. It's just, it's fun. I don't know, there's a sense of relief.
Just don't project it on me, because I'm not in the mood.
Okay. I probably already have on several occasions.
Today?
They're called microaggressions.
Today?
Probably today, probably for, I don't know. I
hadn't noticed.
See, there you go.
You did a good job.
I know how to focus the anger. I know how to focus. Just pinpoint little strikes just here and there. Nothing harmful. Just a little poking of the fun. That's it. So, no. Not a full-fledged young bitch. You are getting on my goddamn nerves.
Well, I haven't done yet, but there's always time. There's always time.
Yes, it is still early in the evening. So it will probably happen, especially when I have to tell them that, you know, I have the money, have everything taken care of. I'm just waiting on Netflix to get their shit together.
No worries. We ain't got to talk
so we're gonna have to,
personal business.
So we're going to have to Hulu it. We're going to have to Hulu it.
I like Hulu.
I like Hulu too.
How you doing, Hulu?
Exactly. So I'm trying to figure out what we're going to watch. Y'all need to help us with that every now and then.
We'll see something.
Yeah, y'all need to help us with that every now and then. Because, at the end of the show, we get something to eat. Which I'm thinking, I'd like to have Chinese tonight. What are you thinking?
You're reading my mind.
I'm thinking
frightening.
Yeah.
Because, girl, we're going to Annie Chang, bitch.
Annie Chang.
Annie Chang Dumpling House, the best Chinese delivery you'll ever fucking eat in your life.
I'm thinking Peking, my new favorite restaurant.
I don't know who that is.
It's my new favorite restaurant. It's just right down the street. And we can also get delivery from them. So, Auntie Chang's, don't get me wrong. Auntie Chang's.
I'm going to have my, guess what? I'm going to have my Annie Chang's and you have your Peking and see what happens.
Okay, Annie Chang's, they make the best dumplings. Oh, my God.
It's called a dumpling house, bitch. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to advertise.
They make, I know.
Paying me.
They make the best dumplings ever. And I love a good dumpling. I really do love a good dumpling. So I had,
Lord, we are not talking about all this right now.
I don't see why not.
We are nearing the end of the show,
I don't see
we're
why
just
not.
sort of going off on our favorite foods.
Well, exactly. We have to figure out, because, I'm going to be honest, Randy, I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to be honest with the audience. I am craving up a storm. I'm craving up a storm. I can feel the urge to have a cigarette so strong right now, it's ridiculous.
You're not getting one.
Oh, no, I'm not getting one. Oh, no. Let me remind you once again, I did not go through all this crap.
Bless his heart.
I want to throw this out here because I think it's especially for people who are also doing resolutions and stuff at this time, no matter what your resolution is. So I'm going to offer you a little piece of what I've learned so far. What I've learned is if you are going to fail, don't fail when you've reached the double digits. Fail when you're like on day 2 or 3 when you're like, you know what? I failed. And if you want to try again, at least you can start from that point and try again. And nobody will be like, okay, well, they'll be like, okay, well, you just start all over and you'll be fine. When you already reached day 13, day 14, once you reach day 10, it's too late. You have to keep going. You don't have no choice. Because if you fail at this point, then everybody's going to go, he couldn't even make it. Look at that. True. All talk.
True.
People are nicer to you. People are nicer to you when you fail early than when you fail when you're already in the middle of the game.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, well, I like to think that I'm doing pretty well with my New Year's resolution about not being too nasty. Because tonight was honestly the tamest show I think I've ever done. Because I didn't talk too much about anything. I didn't say anything dirty. I didn't use words.
You said holes.
You said holes. I did say holes.
You said holes. But here's the thing.
Holes ain't bad. I'm used to saying other things.
But that's not really an official. Is that really an official New Year's resolution for you? Because I don't really think
it was. I said it on the show.
Because
I said on the show I'll be less.
But you said you were trying.
Less dirty.
Yeah, you were trying to be
Well, I was less dirty today. I was less dirty today than usual. Don't test me. I have high blood. Why are you trying to get my high blood up?
All I'm saying is that it proves my point.
Lord.
It just proves my point.
I'm looking at Carlos. I'm like, Carlos, help me. Anyway.
It proves my point. If you fail early.
Y'all don't know who Carlos is, but anyway.
If you fail early, then you're not going to get ragged on. But if you fail, people are going to go, girl, you made it 14 days. You couldn't make it another 14 days. You made it 14 days.
I know what your parent is,
yeah,
but
exactly.
you didn't listen to my parent. My parent is, I'm doing okay.
Okay. All right. But the problem is that you seem to be, I don't know, you need some balance because
girl, I eat oatmeal. What are you talking about? I got balance. I'm all balanced. My curling is just fine.
I think someone out there, and I'm sure someone out, because I would say it if I were listening to the show, and if I especially were listening to you, I would say that Isabel Cooley had a lot more influence on you than you think. because you are, everything about you is Isabel Cooley. So
I
even
don't
your
know what
story, that means that you're well spoken. You are, when you're Southern, you is fun and a bit exaggerated, but it's fun.
Well,
it's fun.
I don't quite know what that means either. I'm being insulted all over the place.
You are not being insulted. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
But when you are a little dirty, you're not as Southern. I know it's hard to explain, but you're not as Southern when you're dirty.
All right, well, I'm striving not to be as dirty as I used to be.
I know. I feel like that you were being the lady of the table.
Wow.
When you just a Southern homeboy who loves the dick. I don't understand.
Well, I can't argue. I can't argue with that fact.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I won't. But
it's like,
why are you calling me out, bitch? Shut up.
It's just like watching Rhett Butler go to Scarlett in
Rhett
apartment.
Butler.
Yes, it's like
I'm not Rhett Butler.
No, it's like watching Rhett Butler do drag of Scarlett O'Hara.
No, I am. A lot of my philosophies are in line with Scarlett O'Hara's, which is, oh, fiddly dee, and well, I'll think about that tomorrow. And guess what? That works for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Girl, oh, fiddly dee will keep your pressure down. And I'll think about that tomorrow is a good thing sometimes if you can do something.
True.
You got to get up and do something tomorrow, though, to keep your pressure down.
Yeah, exactly. You have to. Otherwise, your pressure will go up. And trust me.
Damn right.
My pressure, like I said, seems
You
evil.
need some pressure pills.
No, I do not need pressure pills.
Have you been to the doctor for your
I
pressure?
have been to the doctor. And you know what? The happier that I try to be, the more my pressure goes up. That's why I said I love being angry, because I don't have to be happy.
You need your pressure to go down.
I don't know.
But anyway.
I don't need all that. That's too much work. That is way too much work. I'm just enjoying myself.
Let's enjoy life, girl.
Exactly.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm enjoying life.
Are you?
I'm in oblivion and enjoying life. But you know what? Don't doubt it, and you know you don't doubt it. I've always enjoyed. You've never found me not enjoying life. Even when I was in the doghouse, so to speak, with life. I was enjoying the doghouse, girl. I was redecorating that bitch.
You know what? I really do think that I really hope this is a compliment, but every time that you tell the Isabel now, I'm not going to give away no spoilers because Rennie really has a lot of stories and they're fun, and I've listened to them, almost all of them, so I pretty much know it, which is why I'm quiet when he tells the stories, because I want him to be able to tell the stories. But the thing is that it's like if Isabel had a child, it would be Randy. Randy is just, every time you tell a story and the way your use of the word elocation, I know I'm saying it. Is it elocation?
Elocution.
Elocution. Your use of the word elocution, you draw it out. You say it exactly as she would say it, and you do that all the time. It's not when you're not just imitating Isabel. It's almost like you're living Isabel sometimes, because, like I said, and it's not making fun of you.
No,
it's just the fact that you are Southern, but when you're on fire, you will become really Southern, and it's like, whoa. I'm talking about the ladies of Design and Women don't have Southern like you have Southern.
Well, it's all from a true place.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
So it's like I said, it's not bashing. It's a compliment.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So, and I can actually understand why sometimes people hate you. Because
now that's kind of weird.
Because you're being you, and that's it. You're just being you. Mm-hmm. You enjoy yourself. You enjoy life, and you drink it in. You drink it in like a fine wine in one of those long cigarette holders that you keep seeing in one of those.
I want one of those so bad.
I know. When I was a kid, I found them
on the
internet.
I found them on Amazon, and girl, they've got them for $2.99.
I know. I'm like,
and we should walk about just smoking off of those just to make it fun.
Ha ha ha! Says the guy who's quitting smoking.
Oh, that's right. And I don't even smoke, but I could smoke. You can't smoke occasionally, so we will not buy those. We will not buy.
No, we could buy them, but I could just hold one. I've always wanted to see what it would be like to hold one, but I don't want to smoke a cigarette. So you can. You ain't gonna. By the way, you ain't gonna do it in my house.
I'm not smoking. No, I told you I do not. I am not inconvenienced in my life at all. You will not inconvenience me. And if you don't want people smoking in your house, guess what? I won't be smoking in your house, but I damn sure ain't gonna go outside.
Exactly.
I will not be inconvenienced.
Exactly.
Nope. You're not gonna get up my high blood.
You can do that on your own, girl.
Damn right.
All right. I think we're done, Randy. Because I'm ready for Chinese food, girl.
Well, I hate to hear it.
I'm ready for Chinese food. And I just want to chill.
Okay. Well.
Chill to the next episode. Good
night, everybody, or good day. If you're in China, good day. Konnichiwa, bitches.
Isn't that Japanese?
Is that Chinese?
That's Japanese.
I get them mixed up. I mean the language. Not the folks. I don't mean no harm. Not the folks. Girl, y'all got to struggle in China, though. I don't envy y'all.
So that's Taiwan.
What? No. They're struggling in China right now for freedom.
That's Taiwan.
That is not Taiwan.
Oh, we don't have time to get into that.
No, I saw all those people on TV fighting the power in China.
Taiwan. But we're not going to get into that because we have to go.
Apparently we're not.
Because we have to go.
We're going.
Okay. Good God.
Well, we're going reluctantly because there's some shit going down in communist China. And this motherfucker's talking about Taiwan.
Okay, anyway. You want to end this, Randy?
Bye. Done.